This is the state of my yard. I have water in my house, my car, piece of metal underneath my tire. I don't know where on my house it came from. The worst damage is we no longer have a fence. And our shed that Brandon just fixed. We don't have a shed on. We don't have a fence on either side of our yard. Oh my god, I didn't see the extent of it. Oh, Brandon just fixed this for Emery's party. That's our neighbor's yard. Oh god, it's really loud. We did have one tree fall, it looks like. One of their trees actually did fall, but it doesn't look, it walked off the drive, but it didn't damage the house. So they also lost a tree, probably most of their fence. They lost their fence. I feel like now that's not a good idea to put this past week. We have lost some of them. My bedroom's up there, but I moved into the living room last night because of the tree. I was terrified it was going to fall in the house, but as you can see, limbs flew off. I actually watched that limb fly off, and it terrified me. So I went and laid on the couch. There's another one. We lost 2 shutters. I have no idea where my wreath is. This spider web's a goner. Lots and lots of more trees down. Wow. So I thought the storm wasn't going to be that bad because by like 8 o'clock, my backyard wasn't flooded anymore. It kind of dried up and it wasn't raining much. And bed at like 10:20, 10:30 something. We woke up at 4:15 and the wind was blowing really hard. 15 minutes later, my power went out. My neighborhood are completely out of power. Things started to get really bad, like worse, but I managed to stay in bed. I walked in my entire house, make sure everything's good. I started seeing water coming in, not just from underneath our doors, but also from underneath the windows. Like there are puddles leading out downstairs. I tried to go back to sleep multiple times, but every single time I would fall asleep, the wind would pick back up and it would be really loud and really harsh, and debris and a lot of stuff was just hitting on my house. I couldn't see anything. At like 5:50, then I got up, stood right here next to my window, stared outside and watched as this tree was basically torn apart, and it scared the hell out of me. So I ended up downstairs on my couch, still listening to the wind and stuff holler and all that, and ended up falling asleep around 7. I got up about 20 minutes ago because I work at a bank, and my branch is supposed to still be open. To get a hold of anybody, I have no reception. I have no power at my house. I can't even get a hold of my family. I can't get a hold of my mom who has my child. My husband is a first responder and is out there. He's tried to call me like 3 times throughout the night, and every time the call failed. I was able to get text messages out randomly through the night to certain family members. I haven't heard from my mom or my sister, only my mother-in-law. That's the only person that I was able to talk to, and that was like brief 3 to 4 text messages. That was before I saw any of this. Even just looking out my window, I see portions of each side of the road that are blocked by trees that are down. So I think that most of my neighborhood is out. My branch is like 5 minutes from here. I have no idea if they have power, and I have no idea how bad the roads are, and I'm really nervous to get on them, and I can't call my manager. This is the worst storm I have been a part of, and saw this much damage to my own home as an adult. I mean, we had an ice storm in 2014, and even then, and I was 15 years old, and we lost power for a few days, but we had a generator. But I was also a child, therefore didn't need to take on the responsibility, didn't think about how bad the damage was. Now as an adult, having to live it myself as an adult, and it's going to be having the one to take care of it, I understand it more, but it's nothing compared to what the other people that were hit really bad for the storm. We were inland. We weren't even on the coast where that hurricane was. So I can only imagine. What really sucks is that my husband literally just fixed that fence and this entire backyard for our daughter's second birthday in like 3 weeks. And he just put up those posts and those boards back on the front of our fence. And now the entire thing is basically gone. I spoke to a neighbor and she said the same thing, that she doesn't have service, and apparently our entire neighborhood is blocked. I hear chainsaws, and she told me that they're actually trying to figure it out now, try to figure it out for the neighborhood. There's trees down. There's a tree on their house, and I didn't notice it. It's the yellow one that's over there, but they're okay. Yeah, the tree on their car. This is where the road was blocked, and they're fixing it. Yeah, they cut this down. Smells like pine. Yeah, that lady just told me that they were cutting down these trees this morning. They had to evacuate some people from their homes into a different one. They had to because a tree fell on theirs. They had to cut these down to help and see if they can get some nurses that live in the neighborhood out to hospitals. You can see the houses through the trees now. There is a tree on a power line, and that lady behind me just said that they think it was a tornado that actually touched down into this. Because it's damaged like this. Dang! Throughout the entire neighborhood. You can hear the water rushing under there. Look at the tree. But on my neighbor's house. But they're okay. Our graveyard is gone. Missing a few headlights. Flies on the ground. Pick that up actually. Back up on that tree is not an option, but I put it in the ground and the wind's been blowing hard, so it should blow. So come on. Poor fence. So it's now confirmed I was able to get reception. I don't have reception inside my house. I came back in and it went straight back to SOM. But while I was outside, I started picking up my yard because I still couldn't get out of my neighborhood. My phone just started dinging off the hook. I was like, oh my God, I have reception. So first thing I did was call my husband and we talked for a few minutes. Still out there in the streets. He said they have over 200 calls waiting for them to get to. And he works in Richmond County and we live in Columbia. But I still couldn't. I'm going to go back outside and see if I can find more reception and call my mom. Text messages and stuff from my manager and coworkers came in stating that we are not opening whatsoever today. I didn't feel like we were. There's a power line down on the road where my branch is. Brandon told me not to go in the highway to try and go get Emery or anything. Just leave her there because it's a mess and most of it's kind of shut down and traffic is horrible. You really can't get anywhere right now. We're helping them out finally getting that tree that's blocking off. That teamwork. Just rolled that log. Got myself a little pile going. I'm gonna put a hat on. I hammered her into the ground. 12:15. I still do not have reception. I've gotten it accidentally twice for maybe 2 seconds, and with like a text message coming in, but I can't send any and I can't call any. I'm a mess. I'm disgusting. I'm cleaning up debris in my yard. I have no idea what outside this neighborhood looks like, and it's kind of scary. But I cleaned up the backyard and as much as I could in the side yard. Side yard's pretty much spotless other than some leaves I'm not worried about, but we just wanted to get the sticks and stuff up. And the backyard is basically sludge. It is mud. She told that a family member had a tree fall through her house. Her house is like, it's gone. Really, really tough. I'm gonna finish up out here. I just have this side of my yard to do over here. Bigger trees and some limbs down there, but I really need to sit down. I was exhausted. I forgot where the piece of metal on my roof came from. That is so bad. Run 255.
seemed like the light was green. My bad.
Oh. Sorry, sir. Okay.
So Brandon came to pick me up. He surprised me. And he showed up and I was like, what? I told him that he needed to go home and check on me, and he needed to check on the rest of his family. And he was going to come back, and he wanted to take me to my mom. He didn't want me driving on the road because it's bad. We've been driving on power lines, down trees, everything's blocked. In my opinion, I don't understand why all these people are out on the road. If you can stay home, you need to stay home. Like, there's nothing open but a couple of stuff. This gas station, like half of it's open. They have no electricity, but they provide their doors open for people to do business or whatever, and only cash. So he went in to go get a few things, but he's taking me to my mom's where my daughter is, because he's going back to work, and he's gonna go pick us up in the morning. So I took a very quick shower, changed, and packed a small bag for him to take me to my mom so I can be with my family instead of being by myself. And just cleaning up, I guess. Our power's probably gonna be out for a long time. Like, probably the entirety of Augusta does not have power. It's pretty crazy. I've never seen anything like this. This is pretty bad. He showed me pictures of Elma's house, and it's destroyed. And went by to see his grandparents, and they're good. They're good. Their house has no damage or anything to it. They're just doing yard work, but they've been kind of trapped, or were trapped in their neighborhood for a while, with trees and stuff down. Tree everywhere. Emmy! Emmy! Hi, baby!
What the heck? It's not an accident because ain't nobody touching nobody, but he ain't got no windshield. He got paper on his windshield. People don't know how to drive out here.
Well, they know.
Man, you out of gas too? That's fucking wild. Are they pushing? So apparently this tree that's in our yard landed on our neighbor's roof, but it's not bad. It's like superficial, didn't go through anything. He's going around taking pictures of everything so I can send in a claim to our insurance company.
A big old pile that I made yesterday. Brandon's grandparents put our spider webs back up. That was sweet. They fixed them. Just that stuff we gotta get up off the street. You watching them work?
You got leaves? You want to get a stick? Here, baby. Here, me. All right, take it to the pile. Follow Daddy. Good job, baby. You're such a good helper. Thank you. Now throw the leaves on it. Good job, Emmy. All right, let's go get some more.
It is 7 o'clock, and Brandon just took Emery to his grandparents' house to see if they have her like Kindle iPad thingy where they have Bluey downloaded on there for her because it was literally inconsolable for a few. But I'm making myself some dinner. Brandon braved Walmart, the long line. He was literally there for like 3 hours to get us some essentials. So ham, turkey, ice, and he got our cooler out. I drove out, took Emmy so she can have something else to do. Called our insurance company to file a claim for our fence and someone to contact me about it, and then we'll go from there. Brandon already started taking apart the fence and everything and moved it down so he can get prepped and start for trying to fix it. I had to get gas at the Gas Pro. There's a gas station right outside of our neighborhood that just opened up for that, but out of line because apparently their pump stopped working. So I just got out of line because God knows how long it was going to take for them to get that fixed. This morning they made a announcement stating that it could take up until October 12th for everything to get back up. But no one has started on our neighborhood yet. And continue to organizing it. I would definitely say this is one of the best times to do it. I know that out in Hepzibah, the places that have Jefferson Electric, that place, they've actually been working pretty fast. My parents don't have power, but my grandparents do. Businesses already have power back as well. It is so hot in my house. My husband and I ended up sleeping on the couch for a few hours, or rather basically the whole night around like 10. We both went to bed at 8:30. He came home with Emery at like 8:15. She was already asleep, so he put her straight in the crib. He ate something, then he took a shower, and we both went to bed. At 10 something, I got up, went downstairs because it was too hot. I was sweating. I felt like I couldn't breathe. I went and got on the couch. He joined me a few hours later, and then he came up here when Emmy woke up at like 4:30 and stayed up here. It was cooler, but it wasn't that much cooler, and I stayed on the couch. And then he just left for work. It is 7:40 something, 7:45 maybe. He just left to go back to the fire station. Message from Georgia Power saying that our location, like our neighborhood, probably won't get. Its estimated time of power is October 5th. I moved our entire desk from our guest bedroom up here downstairs to our dining room. My husband was like, "How did you even do that?" So, hi, Emmy. Did you sleep good? I think Emmy's the only one out of us that slept okay. The heat does not bother her, but she's a heater. Emmy! We do have a generator, but my brother has it. They have an infant, so we decided not to take it. In their freezers for their milk for him. We actually bought that generator from him for the inflatable business, and he needed to borrow it for some reason. They're trying to sell their house, and they needed it for something I can't remember, and we just haven't picked it up. He's supposed to have another one coming in from a friend that lives in a different state, so when he gets that, if we still don't have power, we're gonna take it.
What's she doing?
I'm fine.
Mm-hmm.
I don't.
Got them coming to get trees. Yay, that makes me feel really good. There's even some gone from over there. I don't know if they're about to work on that or not. I just heard some beeps. And there's a big old truck over there. I've been scrubbing my kitchen, like cabinets and everything, and I probably need a break because I'm starting to get really hot and we don't have air conditioner, but I got time to do it because I don't gotta work and I have no TV to watch or anything like that. I mean, I could read, but it's kind of hard to do that with a toddler.
So I just ate lunch. It is 2:30. Emery is finally down for a nap. Brother, he works for Atlanta Gas. Been running just as much as Brandon has while he was on shift. It's crazy. He said that it's really bad outside. I thought our neighbor was pretty bad, but he was saying that it's real bad out there. But Brandon's been out in the streets too. He didn't share with me the extent of stuff that he saw. Douglas has seen more because he's been out there longer and has been to a lot more places. He came here to drop off a generator. So this is the one that he was waiting for, that coming from Alabama. He still has ours. So I've been charging my phone because it was on 4% when he got here, and I still only have half a tank of gas. and then have this fan, and we have extension cords going throughout our kitchen. Our fridge is plugged in, so it's going, so hopefully we'll have ice, because the ice in here is about gone. I mean, it'll stay cold because it's freezing cold ice water, but it's not gonna last, and we won't have ice for our stuff. So it's actually really, really quiet. Ignore the cheese balls my daughter dumped out. There it is. It's really quiet compared to an actual regular generator, and I'm really grateful for that. A couple of reasons. One being that whenever we try to sleep at night, it's not like really, really loud. Also because according to my brother as well, people have been looting really bad and breaking into people's houses. So that makes me kind of like nervous, especially because I'm by myself. And I obviously will not be sharing any of this information until after all of this stuff is passed. He was able to get more gas. Sister-in-law is actually on her way to get some more in a different state, and they were able to fill up both of their vehicles yesterday at a Sprint down the road from their house that had just opened, so they got it pretty fast. He wants me to drive all the way down to his house, which is about 35-40 minutes, and I moved across town from them, get some more gas from them because they're bringing home that. So I'm gonna go over there this evening and get some for our generator. We had a half a gallon of gas that Brandon used for our gas powered power washer, so he was able to fill up most of that generator with that. So we should be fine for a few hours. But to put more gas in my car, he won't be able to fill it up, but probably be able to replenish what I used to go there and then come back. When Emery wakes up from her nap, we're going to head to Brandon's grandparents so I can take a shower. No reception. I have not been able to get a hold of anybody since Brandon left this morning. I have heard from no one. And it's almost 3. So when she gets up, we're going to go over there. I'm going to shower. She can play. I feel a little bit better about having to go somewhere knowing that I'll be able to replenish the gas that I'm using. I actually cleaned out our freezer and threw away all the meat.
But I got going, guys, so I can sleep in my bed tonight. Only had to use 2 extension cords because that yellow one's a 100-foot one. And we woke up from a nap and decided to lay back down. They're out there working right now. Hey y'all, Georgia Power's in our neighborhood. What?
So I feel much better. I took a shower. My hair is now clean. Get a peek at my branch. Kind of looked at it because it's in between my house and Brandon's grandparents' house, and I know like something fell on it because there are blue like roof covers, so street lights and the traffic lights up, which is basically what's done. Not all of them, but most of them, especially the ones at the major intersection. Trees and stuff like that out of the road was what they were worried about. I was able to get reception and my phone blew up. Now I wasn't able to text anyone back because I was driving obviously, and in their neighborhood there is no reception either. So I got all the text messages I missed. So Brandon most likely will be working tomorrow. They're making people stay. They want 4 people to a truck. Manager messaged our group chat. The Augusta location and the Walton Way location are going to be open tomorrow, and they needed 3 tellers per branch and 1 FSR per branch to get messages in and out. It's hard. There was only 1 person from our branch that did message her back, and she actually left town with her family because they have no water or power. But I don't really have gas to spare, and both of those branches are not near my house. I can get a little bit from my brother, but I cannot fill up in those, and I want to preserve it for as much as possible for like absolute necessities that I need to get somewhere, especially with my husband working 24-hour shifts and can't get to me and not having reception at my house. So I am leaving my parents' house. I talked to my mother-in-law, I talked to my mom, I talked to my husband, got a lot of information. So my in-laws have power, so we're actually going to go stay with them. Get back to my house now. The generator and a bunch of stuff and load it up in my car. My father-in-law is meeting me there. He works on that side of town. Is going to help me put everything in my car and head back to their house. I was really, really worried about was not having gas, and I was on the phone with my mom, and sister-in-law isn't even back on this side of town with gas. She had to actually drive to Charleston because Columbia was completely out because people were driving to Columbia to get gas. She's on her way back with a 55 gallon thingy. Yes, baby. Full of gas. Is going to be able to share with us. There are a few gas stations open, and they're getting gas delivered and everything, but the issue is having to wait in line for hours and hours and hours, which if you have to.
Are you comfy? Emmy.
Hi guys, so I'm actually in line for gas. There is a gas station right outside of my in-laws neighborhood, and my brother called me about 15 minutes ago telling me to get in line to go over here because it's not that bad. It really actually isn't that bad. Maybe 7 cars in front of it. Seems to be moving pretty okay. They come in from both sides, but they have a line here and a line over there, and there are 2 cars trying to get in on the other side. So we'll see how it goes. 2 more branches opening tomorrow. Definitely going in tomorrow. My husband is on a mandatory 48. There's even people that are coming off of a 48-hour shift that they're not allowing to go home. So we don't know how long this is gonna last, but he may not even be coming home tomorrow. Go home and check on my house after I leave here, and check on Brandon's grandparents and have Emmy stay with them for a few hours so I can get a few more things at the house and kind of clean up a little bit.
We've got gas, and it's only like, you can't see that sign over the thing. It's only $2.69. Yes! They didn't hike their prices.
They have not touched my neighborhood. My neighborhood is in the same condition that we left it in as far as power lines and trees. There is a tree company working right here in my cul-de-sac. Anyone trying to come close to restoring power to this neighborhood has not started. So I'm leaving my house now. I basically did everything that I didn't get a chance to yesterday. Not like exactly reorganizing like I have been, or deep cleaning, but putting everything back where it belongs. Finished cleaning out the fridge and the freezer, took everything out because we no longer had a generator, so all the stuff that we didn't take with us is not going to be good. So I went ahead and threw that stuff out. I packed some more stuff up for me and Emmy for us to be more comfortable since we're probably going to be there for a few more days. I swept and mopped the floors, and I stripped our bed of linens, and then I put the hamper that has our clothes in it in the back so I can wash them at my mother-in-law's. I cleaned the bathroom. I cleaned the bathtub while I was in the shower. Taking a cold shower is the last thing that I did so I could wash my body and shave, because I forgot my razor, so I needed to shave, and it's so hot. So I was like, you know what? I want to take a cold shower. It's going to be like taking a nice dip in the pool. So that felt freaking amazing. It is 4 days post Hurricane Helene and 4 days without power. Thankfully, I have family that does have and be a lot more comfortable than some. I have seen horror stories and so many bad things about other people in our area having to live in their car, living in a tent outside of their house. Like, it's just crazy, and I'm just really grateful that we did not have really bad damage like others, and the fact that we do have a lot of family that is literally all around town. If someone doesn't have power, another person does, or vice versa with water. I am very blessed to be able to say that I have that.
Y'all, that's gonna hurt right there. He's handing out water with the National Guard. I do not need water. I just came to tell him I love him and give him a kiss. Some moral support. He hasn't seen us in a few days.
Hey, so we just got word Brandon gets to come home.
All you hear is like nobody in the truck's fucking talking. Yeah.